What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and we are back for a bit more league racing action here on F1 2017. This is the TOR Pacific League racing event that we have on Saturday nights. Here's the reminder of the championship standings. Warden is a 10-point lead over Ryan. We're sitting comfortably, I think, in P7 or 8. Williams are still 5th in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari, I think, pretty much between Ferrari and Force India, pretty much dominating the title at the moment. There's Owens off the road at turn 1. Had a bit of a moment coming out of the pit lane there on his outlap. There's just Gold Power just getting out of the road there. But yeah, I mean, after the last couple of rounds, especially, and also we did have that week break in between Canada and this round, of course, as that's Warden just going wide out there. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to get in quick and get my run done as quick as I could, sort of thing. But no, the last two rounds have been going all right so far. I mean, Monaco had a bit of luck going my way and finished P5 as we go a bit wide there into turn 1. But at Canada as well, having P7, so getting some good consistent points so far. And I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to this round of the championship, especially. I mean, if you've seen my last league racing videos, I mean, yes, in SRL, getting closer and actually hitting the wall there at that's turn 15, I think, from memory. So that corner is really an Achilles heel around this track. So if you've seen the SRL and AOR footage around here, you'll know it's not one of my favourite tracks. Is that Matt has just set a world record time around the streets of Baku. You heard it here, folks. And he actually got disqualified. So unfortunately, that won't stand for too long. But the first lap's done. It's a 1:41.797. I mean, yeah, I mean, it wasn't going to be the best lap anyway, but I actually ran out of fuel on the way back through. It was let Gold Power through, I let New Zealand Ryan go through. So let's just say it was a bit of a slow crawl back to the pit lane as someone actually lost the front wing. Maybe a bit of a debris there, but I made it back to the lane anyway. So I must say, it really shocked us all when we saw, especially in the party chat, and I think a few others as well, when we saw the 1:27 that Matt had just set around in the streets of Baku. But here's Mitchie, replayer of his qualifying run. And that's RAK and the McLaren. Now, he actually hits the wall there, does Mitchie, but you'll see that it actually repaired his front wing. Again, the weird glitch coming through out of the F1 2017. That's ISTHATMATT having a bit of a moment through here. But this is where he made up all the time coming through with Penske, and he actually falls out of the the road disappears completely. And yeah, that was the world record that turned out to be disqualified anyway. So I mean, Matt can really claim it if he really wants to, but I dare say Codemasters will be having a few words with him very soon. But you see there, sitting currently, I think, at P7. There's a few guys that have bid down the order that haven't set lap times. I mean, I think Warden was one, and Owens is another one. I mean, yes, of course, Owens is a reserve driver, and he was driving in the Mercedes car for this round of the championship when he was in the McLaren the last time out. But you see there coming out ahead of Mitchie. Actually, Mitchie had originally come out of the pits ahead of me, but for some unknown reason it put him behind me. So, and he actually retired later on in the race anyway. But here we go. This is going to be my fastest lap of qualifying. It's not really going to set the world alight, so don't be alarmed. It's not going to be in the territory of like New Zealand Ryan or Warden especially. So getting a nice long run here down the front straight, all 8 gear. Pretty much flat attack going into turn 1 here. Break about the 100-metre board, getting nice and close, getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn 1 there. That probably cost me a bit of time there, but in between 150-metre board. Took a little bit curb of there, but I've avoided the wall there that I got on my first run. And again, the goal probably in this run was probably to avoid getting front wing damage. Now turn 3. There's a few guys already retiring from this session. Got to be so careful here. Right? Probably rode a bit too much curb there coming out of turn 4 there. Now this is the interesting session. Turn 5, you're not going to stuff up around here. can take a nice tight line there, run it right out to the wall. Now next up is turn 7. Gonna really brake very late there, lose the rear end a little bit, pretty much drifting around that corner there, but now this is the dreaded section, turn 8. Straight through that castle section right now. Yeah, nice and tight right up against the wall. Gonna run it out there, picked up 4th gear early to avoid the wheel spin. Quality's completed already, but they continued on with the lap anyway. Now the dreaded turn 15, which caught me out big time here, so I took it a bit cautious. Well, I didn't really take it cautiously, but took a lot more curve there than maybe what I would have liked. But apparently I went purple in sector 2, but that's probably a bit of an exaggeration there. But now coming through this fast flying left right-hander at 19 and 20. Oh, sorry, 18 and 19, I should say. My big corner ahead of us. So this is turn 20. Now just got to size up the run here down the front straight. DRS open. Pretty much I take the shorter line down to the pit straight, and we go to P7 for the time being with a 141.4. Like I said, probably not going to set the world alight anyway. So, but in the end, after times, it finished up in P9. So I think from memory, Ryan got pole from Warden. Can't really remember the other few guys there, but again, I think Master Berserk vFendz is up there at Ginger Horizon as well. Master Berserk's probably another one down the order as well, but in a race strategy, it's a pretty normal one-stop around here. Tyre wear's not the big issue, not really a big issue around this circuit anyway, but here we go, setting off for the formation lap. There you can see now there's Penske going right around the outside. A few guys already getting disqualified earlier on, and this is pretty much the norm really for formation laps around these kind of tracks anyway. So that nearly actually ran into the back of Jensen there, but somehow got away with it. But there was a few more contact through the back there, and yeah, I mean at this point of the formation lap, I was sort of taking the piss. If you saw what happened the last time out, the Zombie gets disqualified, taking a bit of a shortcut there, nearly collecting Jetson again. If you saw the last round, I think I absolutely cut the first couple of corners in Canada, so I was really just taking the piss really. But here we go, all set for round number 5 here at TOR. 5 red lights. Let's do it around the streets of Baku, and it's an okay start. Jetson got a bit sideways there as well. Just taking it casually into turn 1 there. Getting a little bit caught up. Oh, there's Owens around. Owens is around there, but now coming into turn 2 now. Neon go for a big dive up the inside. There's already chaos already. And we've been caught up in it. Oh dear. It's just not been... Not the greatest of starts anyway. I thought after all that we would have avoided it, but now the lockup, big lockup there into turn 3. Had to do pretty much the norm that you do now, or the reverse and straight back out onto the racetrack. But this has really compromised my race. I think in all the other league races I've done so far, I don't think I've pretty much survived any like the first 3 or 4 laps. So I think that's continued on now in TOR. Getting nice and cautiously through the castle section here. Going through with Zombie through here, but no front wing doesn't really help. I make it worse, and I think I've accidentally tagged Zombie there as well. Tried not to avoid the lock up there. Could have easily binned it there at turn 15, but managed to avoid it anyway. But it's just taking it so cautiously to 18 and 19 there. But here we are back into the pits for this one anyway. So now Zombie is another one that had to pit, I think. Can't remember who the other one was. Probably Penske. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm a bit too early in yet, but you see just changing the front wing now and onto the medium tyres, and that's actually Neon Trudeau who's in as well. So this is probably going to be a long stint from now on. So Zombie just gets ahead of myself, and I think that is Penske there in the Renault, so he's been caught up in the drama as well. I think he was the other car involved, but now basically I think the goal here is just, well, I mean, I was hoping maybe for a few complete stuff-ups from a few guys, but now Zombie putting a lot of pressure straight away on Penske, not mucking around here. Zombie put on the soft tyres, I think Penske may have put on the mediums, don't quote me on that, but just trying to really catch up to those guys. And but coming through to turn 15, went way too deep, and I've lost part of my front wing again. So pretty much my race is just going from strength to strength. And Zombie's now out of this race. There's his car there. Now, I think from what I was hearing in the party chat, he and Penske collided coming through that section there, or something occurred there. We'll have to see some footage a bit later on, but that brought Penske back into the lane, and so did it brought me as well. But at this point, Penske had had enough of it and just retired from the race. But I wanted to continue on, maybe just to, like I said, try and salvage points. Hopefully, if you guys stuff up, maybe just see what we can do here. But you know, soft tyres on, a new front wing again. So we're going through the front wings already. That was Penske's car being attended to, but it didn't really last long here. But now lap 3, getting close to that wall again at turn 15. So that was really my Achilles heel, I think, that weekend. Now, here we go for the replays on board. Owen's getting a little sideways off the start there. Just taking it cautiously into turn 1. And, that might explain why. There was a little bit of a tag there. Now, I reckon if Owens had continued on there, he probably would have been reset to track. But did the right thing there, reversed straight back onto the racetrack, and pretty simple there. Now coming through to turn 2 now, all the chaos has already occurred, so there goes Neon Trito, and all of a sudden he actually copped an illegal overtake there on Neon, so he had to wait for him. Neon's probably wondering what the hell's going on here, but he actually lets him go here, and I think Neon lets him come back as well. So a bit of a weird one there. Probably Neon didn't realise that was an illegal overtake. Here's a replay from a teammates on board. You can see there goes Owens. It's Master Berserk there, I think, was way down the field again. So from the rear, here's R8 right behind him, McLaren. All this chaos is ensured. Trying to make a move up the inside now. Jetson, I think, has been caught up. He actually gets an illegal overtake on Jetson. But he loses out big time to R8K as well. So and now he's trying to manage to get back some spots here. Manages maybe just to hang on to this position. Yes, he does. Gets it back on R8. So good comeback already from Mitchie. And now into lap 2. That's Jetson going very wide. Up the inside goes Gold Power here into turn 2. It's a little bit curved, but a bit of contact there might allow Mitchie to go up the inside. No, I don't think he's quite got the momentum there for the time being. But another replay. Zombies on board from the start. Starting P6 up the inside. He gets caught up with the wall then. That's DRC Jarrett there in the Renault. Now going into turn 2. You can see Neon actually went up the inside here. Pretty much caught them all out, and no, Zombie's been caught up in it as well. Originally, he was one of the lucky ones, let's just say. He cut like a tiny amount of front wing damage, but he cut later on to the lap when me and he got together. He actually, see there, just got, I made his front wing worse there. So, do apologise, Zombie, for that one, but yeah, I completely screwed up my braking marker there, or, I mean, no front wing doesn't really help it either, but here's a replay from Penske at the start. I don't think he was the one of the ones, he was the one of the ones who was getting caught up in there as well, getting sandwiched by myself and Neon as well. So he was the Renault that pretty much squeezed us into the wall. Well, one of the cars anyway. There I am off the road there, and actually Penske went a little bit wide there at turn 3 and got front wing damage. So that might explain why he came back into the lane on the end of lap 1, put on a front wing and put on the medium tyres. Had to wait for Neon Trito to get by. But yeah, pretty simple move there. But this is what happened. That might explain it. And he hit the inside wall at 18 and 19. And yeah, unfortunately, Zombie, I think, was a bit of an innocent bystander there. So just turned way too early there. And no. The Zombie's just been not having much luck in the recent past anyway. I think that's like 3 DNFs or something. You go all the way back, including the one I missed at Bahrain, but he's Fendz. replay from him who's battling New Zealand Ryan and Warden. He's nearly getting sandwiched here. And now it's got Ginger Horizon all over his rear bumper. Long now it's lap 3. These two are still battling. Warden now gets the move done on Ryan. Now Ryan will probably, vFendz will probably try and get him on the inside here. No. A little bit held up there, but now he's got Ginger all over the rear of him here. Probably won't be too long before Ginger makes a move into turn 3. Yes, he does on the inside. Bit of contact between these two, and the teammates have tangled here. And vFendz actually copped a bit of front wing damage for his trouble as well. So now Mitchie getting a lot of slipstream here. Had to roll out of it there. And I think he's just let Master Berserk go through here. And that's Jetson and Gold Power still battling on there at the front there. Now Berserk nearly up the inside of Gold Power. Nearly got tangled up there with him. So a cut later in the lap, he's all over him. Over Gold Power here, trying to get a good run out of that left-right hander, and he does get it done. Does Master Berserk, and I think possibly Gold Power may have copped a bit of damage here. So we're surprised if he comes into the lane. Yes, he does. So puts Mitchie back up in the P7, as I think vFendz also came in at that lap as well. So a bit of a weird start all around anyway, but now cut to lap 4, really just pushing on, nearly hitting the wall there at the castle section. That was probably one of the goals as well, just to not hit the castle section and not hit turn 15 again, as well, not try not to get front wing damage from turn 15, but yeah. But in the end, I set my personal best on lap 5, and it was pretty much a 145 flat. I don't think in all my entirety of league racing I've probably never said anything a flat, as we're getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn 2 there. Just really trying to push on as much as I can. Here's Owen's still pushing ahead of things, did sideways, and he actually gets Warden and I think vFendz through there that have already pitted. So just, now my teammate has now entered the lane. Now here he is, and just glances the wall coming into the pit lane. So I mean, not too bad damage done, but I don't think he's put the front wing damage onto the front wing repair on the yes. So he's pretty much going to have to suffer with this front wing damage to the end of the race. So the medium tyres for him. But now all over the back of him is that Matt. At coming into turn 3, I think maybe Matt will probably make a move on the inside here. Yes, he does. As Mitchie gives him room. Still going side by side to these two into turn 4. Matt has to do it around the long way. Only just manages to do it as well, but now nothing really happened onto about lap 8. And everything was looking so good, but again went way too deep, and there goes my front wing again. So I thought at this point, really, there's nothing really to gain here, so I just came into the pits and pretty much retired from the race. So that was pretty much my race done and dusted. So after a good bunch of points the last 2 races, all turned to shreds really, the DNF, but then New Zealand Ryan got a bit of spectator footage here. New Zealand Ryan and DRC Jared came in, I think this is on about lap 10. Yeah, I can't remember really what lap it was. I think this was lap 10. If I forget for the rest of this these footage, you'll understand. You'll be able to see it on your top in the graphic in the left there. But you see there goes. I think that's Warden, and I think that's vFendz. So Ryan's come out behind these guys, but I think Ryan had to change his front wing. So that might explain why he's a bit further down the pack. And DRC Jared is another one. He has actually got the lead of the race effectively, but that was RAK going off the road there, and I think he's pretty much can't gain any points there and goes straight up the escape road and retires from the race. So look for Gold Power. He's hit the wall there at coming into turn 3, and he's out of the race as well. So pretty much 2 cars out of the race in 3. Well, a couple of, well, not too far away, a few hundred metres maybe, but now Ginger's come in, out to change his front wing as well, so he's going to pop out, I think, in behind New Zealand Ryan. So As now Owens comes into the lane for his one and only pit stop. He'll be putting his soft tyres on, I think. Yes, he is. Most of the other guys are on the mediums. It'd probably be because the guys that have been on them for quite a while now, so that's totally understandable there. But he comes out just ahead, literally ahead of Neon Treedome, does he? Only just to go right around the inside, but Neon locks up there. I think Neon was trying to go around the outside, but didn't really work out in the end. But Ginger Horizons hit the wall here at the castle section. So he's another one to have binned it there. So that's his race done and dusted. Basically only 10 runners left, I think. Cut a few laps later. This is New Zealand Ryan all over the rear of vFendz here. And he'll pretty much have him down the front straight here. I think vFendz has been on those tyres a little bit longer than Ryan, and Ryan's got plenty of grip in those soft tyres, so that moves him up to what will be effectively P3. It'll be DRC Jared, who's just out of shot there, and then Warden, and then Ryan. So yeah, cut a few laps later, and Ryan putting a bit more pressure on Warden. The other one, Master Berserk, has yet to pit, so he'll be one to look out for later in the race. But Ryan had to go right round the outside of Warden, and into turn one. Just locks it up there going into turn two, but still turn one, but I think he'll have it now. Yes, he does. So yeah, that's his. That's the effective P2 for him now. Now Neon came in a bit later on, put on the super soft tyres. Pretty much can gain nothing out of it really, but yeah, he'd be probably going for fastest lap now. Now Master Berserk, like I said, the last one to come in for the pit stop, so that'll allow DRC Jared to lead the race. This is really good signs for Jared. He's been really struggling a bit with league races in the past, so this will do his confidence a well of good here, and we'll have Ryan breathing down his neck here, and Master Berserk will be definitely one to watch later in the race. The super soft tyres, but a few laps later, it didn't take long because Ryan was making the moves around the outside of DRC Jared, making contact between these two. Now into turn two, Jared will just hang on for the time being. Now whether Ryan can get a good run here coming out of onto this back straight here is another thing. But I think Ryan may have bided his time, might have a look. No, just settles in behind. So the battle for the lead is on here as Neon's back in again for another set of super soft tyres. Not really sure what the strategy was there, but we can see now as the battle's still going on, and now Ryan has the lead of the race. Just goes around the outside of DRC Jared and gets the effect now the race lead here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That's Neon just in the foreshot there, but probably wondering the yellow flags were. That is actually Neon, who's I think possibly just gone up the escape road there to avoid all the leaders there, doing his best. Austin Powers probably impersonation there, but managed to get going again and got back going. He's still back in 10th position now. Warden going down the inside of DRC Jared into turn one. They've actually made contact, these two. Been squeezed up to the wall then. And I wasn't exactly sure at this time whether these two had actually got any front wing damage, but Jared managed to hold on for the time being. Warden's not done yet, and I think Jared had to come around the inside there, and right around the outside goes Warden, but still not over yet between these two. Up the inside, there's not enough room between these two, but Warden just gets the job done. While those two tangled, New Zealand Ryan has now up the gap to about 5 odd seconds now. So there's Matt still chasing down, I think, Jetson, who's now got front wing damage. Now, I'm not really sure how exactly he got that, maybe from the castle section, but he had to come in. It was just a couple of laps to go for that front wing damage, so that'll jump these guys that are on the screen, Mitchie and Owens. That'll jump them up the order into 7th and 8th. Well, Jetson gets his front wing changed. Nothing really happened for the rest of the race, and New Zealand Ryan won the race quite easily. I think he had a fair margin back to Warden and Jarrett. How those two, whether they did get front wing damage, how they managed to get to the end of the race, I have no idea. Because vFendz and Master Berserk would have been fair behind there, but there's the results on his screen. Yeah, vFendz finished 4th. I think Master Berserk finished 5th. Matt in 6th. Mitchie 7th. Owens in 8th. Jetson in 9th, and Neon in 10th. But yeah, very bad day all around for myself especially. But fortunately, there is no standings to show, unfortunately, because they weren't done at the present time. So hopefully they will be done in the near future anyway. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Comment down below what you thought about that race. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more league racing content on F1 2017, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. All my social media links, as always, are down in the description. But for the moment, guys and girls, until the Austrian Grand Prix, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.